Just a short video today. So I said a while back that Sweden would probably be made to look like one of the better countries. I was kind of wrong about that. Not quite sure why. I need to look into it more. But one thing I was right about was on the opposite end of the scale in New Zealand. Just because they keep on having 0 cases of COVID-19 doesn't mean they're going to get rid of it, because you have to get rid of it in the whole world. Given the fact it started with one person apparently in China, it means that you would have to get to the stage of having 0 people not to have the same occurrence basically reoccur again, right? So yeah, New Zealand's got so many cases again now, and as I was saying to my mother the other day when she was kind of going on about, oh look, we've got no cases here right now. Well, I said, you know, just give it a few days, because it already happened a few other times. They said that they got rid of it. Same as Scotland, they said they got rid of it, and they didn't. Because, I mean, they did, but unless you're going to shut down the whole country, as I said to her, not just people coming in, but also imports. So all the foods that people like. I mean, New Zealand is probably self-reliant. It could be, if people didn't have the appetites they had. Same all around the world, actually, like England. It probably could be self-reliant, but it imports most of its food because people have an appetite for things that are from all over the world. So as such, they can't really grow what their consumer base demands. Anyway, there we are. New Zealand is back in the same boat again. And the reality is, all countries are going to do is damage their economies for nothing. Now, as far as Sweden's concerned, I need to look into it, but logic would dictate, as I say, haven't looked into it yet, but given that all their trading partners have shut down, and also people within their country are what's the word, they're listening to media from all around the world. They're getting scared and they're not going to work. So regardless of what the government says, they're just staying at home. So in effect, it's still lockdown, because what you're doing is the propaganda from the countries that are partaking in lockdown is still filtering through, and the fear is being transposed onto other people who are not even in a country that's getting locked down. That's what I think is happening there. It's a mixture of the two things. Obviously, if your trading partners are shut down, then you've got no one to trade with. If you've got products to send and receive, and there's nothing to be received and nowhere to send to because everything's shut down, it goes without saying, doesn't it? So I still don't think that Sweden did the wrong thing. I just think that, like I said, with the situation in Scotland and England being very, very different, you can't have two different strategies you can't have different strategies for anywhere. The whole world has to have one strategy, and that's it. And you know, that will just simply never happen, because there's just too much. Social media, as I said over 10 years ago, would be used, but now has been used to divide people and to create diametric opposition to such great effect that you could never even come close. You couldn't get this in the past anyway, but you definitely, because of human nature, you definitely can't get it nowadays, where basically you can get people agreeing, especially on such a large scale. It just won't happen. So we're stuck with the disease. So the only logical thing is lockdown is a fucking pointless endeavor. It's completely futile, and all it will do is shut down the small companies, so that the large companies will eat them all up and further increase the wealth disparity. I've kept on saying this from day one. This is exactly what is happening. It was fucking obvious, but you know, don't let things being obvious get in the way of politicians and their little strategies, and the dumbasses who really believe that politicians are here to help us. They're a parasitic class on their own, and they exist solely to basically suck the wealth and life out of us. Anyway, this is just a wee stream that comes through my town, but see how clean it is. My dog's just going to go for a swim in there. This is one of the entrances to my town. Such a nice little place. Another little town there that's basically got the same name as ours, but it's got the word mala in front of it, so it means small. Anyway, this is Velika, which all over the Balkans means big. Anyway, well, maybe not. Greece is a Balkan state? Yeah, I think it is. Maybe not there. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. The obvious has happened. Alright, cheers, bye.